Welcome back to the show. My name is Tru. Welcome to Green Room Radio. We are here with Domo Monster, Albert.
What's good?
Super James again is attending a church function on my birthday.
Is he really?
No, but he's
He
somehow
stayed high in Denver.
he's sick again somehow.
Yeah. Heard it's in the air.
We have a very special guest today on the show, the legendary Nick Diaz. He made it.
What's up, Nick?
What's
I
up,
feel
Nick?
like we need like sirens to go off.
How are you feeling?
We were
Las Vegas?
gonna hit the hockey things where
It's quite an introduction. Thank you.
yeah. So what's been going on with you, man? I see you got your tray. I was finally able to. These are our homies from Blazy Susan.
Yeah.
Made you a tray. Did they pick a good picture or did they fuck it up?
I like the picture.
Okay, good. So what else has been going on? I heard you got a appearance at Cookies this Thursday.
Oh yeah, we're going to Cookies on Thursday.
Yeah. What time does that start? Look at there you are.
From 2 to 7.
5 to 7.
2 to 7.
Oh, is it 2 to
It says
7?
2 to 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
2 hours.
Oh,
Oh, and then 5 to 7 right there underneath my name.
yeah.
yep. Do you think you're gonna get there right at 5?
I should. I should.
I mean, they can give a little window. You can get there.
I had this thing where I always don't show up right on time because things would work out better that way. Nobody's ever upset about it. But then, like that's not professional. But I'm like arguing with certain people about this. But I'm like, okay, well.
You build the tension, and then boom, you give them the.
Sometimes if you come on time, things are not okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Really?
You give them time to get their shit right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wanna sneak up on them. You don't.
I teach Jiu Jitsu too, and now I've got it figured out for both ways because I've been forced to show up on time. But,
Who was forcing you to show up? Was it
just
Tommy?
It depends on who I'm with. Some people are really very punctual. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are very thorough, and not that I'm not that. It's just I'm because whether I am or not, I'm actually thinking about it in a way that makes more sense for me.
Yeah, you don't
So
mean
you
it in
can
a
turn-
bad
you
way.
can turn the whole thing around, yeah. But yeah, when you show up on exact time, sometimes people aren't ready.
Right.
Exactly. Actually, we weren't ready
Like,
today.
When I teach jiu-jitsu and stuff, I show up and I'm like, okay. I have to let these people
It's like the Snoop Dogg way because he always does that too.
Yeah. This way, if they're waiting for you, it's like, where's this guy? But then I show up and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This makes now everything
Because you
better.
deliver though.
Yeah.
You leave them
That's
on
why.
edge.
I'm going to come. I'm going to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're ready that way. It's not.
Well, I figured
Everybody's got to kind of gear up, and I got to do the same thing.
So
And if you go in there first and you're all ready, and then everybody's one at a time, then people don't know whether to go get ready or they come and say hi first. And you got to watch them like notice you, but then walk past you.
They're not high enough yet. They got to go take a couple hits.
Yeah.
All right.
see, so that's basically you're watching them watching you.
Everyone's
has to
winning.
be-
Everyone's winning.
Yeah, everybody's winning on that. And who's our other guest today, Domo? That
We have
Is
the
she,
lady, Tylee Texas.
Yeah, Kylie Texas in the house.
in the house, she made it. She actually outdid Nick
Will be.
for not being on time. She was supposed to be here, I don't know when, 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
But she made it.
We'll get into some. We'll get into her story. She'll wow everybody.
Yeah. So, man. So what else have you been doing, Nick? I see you're doing seminars. You're teaching seminars all over.
Yeah, I've been doing that for so long.
How is that?
But then once I stopped fighting every
Oh yeah.
3 times a year, then I was really making the rounds.
What's your favorite place to go?
I had a nice time in Nashville. That was
Yeah, Nashville's actually a fucking
Fun
dope
crowd.
little.
I always
town.
hear good shit.
Did you go to the Kid Rock's bar out there?
I went to what's that bar called?
I don't even know what a bar's in.
Jason or Eldine's or
Oh.
sounds like a hole in the wall, but it's like
Yeah.
Omnia or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's their
It's their Omnia.
It's all the country stars have their own bars out there, huh?
Oh, do they really?
A lot
Oh,
do, yeah.
wow.
It's like going
And
to
they're all
XS
dope.
or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know Kid Rock did a bar out there. It's supposed to be popping, but Nashville's popping.
That's where he has his White House, no? He has like a replica White House.
Yeah. He has a bunch of crazy ass shit. So what were you talking about? Were you talking about shrooms? What were we talking about? No.
No, we were talking about acid.
We were talking about psychedelics.
You said the DMT the first time you take it, what?
We have DMT naturally in our bodies that we can produce it when we're first born and when we're like about to die. If it's like kind of like a catastrophic thing, like falling off a building or something like that.
We're talking about how to get that to stop.
I haven't felt.
Right.
I've never done it, so I don't know.
How do we make
How do you
the
make it stop,
merry-go-round
though?
just stop?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy, man. There's been a lot of crazy shit going on in this world. But yeah, DMT. So if that's how you feel when you're born and when you die, what would make you
It's
want
an
to take it?
out-of-body experience, so it's a peek into your subconscious.
But it's just so quick, right?
Yeah,
just
I've
lets
never did it.
It
so
lets
I
you
don't
be
know.
okay with the
It's,
fact that you're about to die. Maybe.
It's
what it is.
roughly it's
seems like
about
it.
15 minutes, but it could feel like an hour.
Has anybody
but
you know, Nick, do DMT?
I'm
This guy's done
The stoner magician did DMT. Talking about myself in third person.
Yes.
What was
Oh,
your What was your experience on
It
that?
was about, for me actually, it was about 30, 40 minutes. Like, I mean, but they do say it's about like a short period
It's
of
a,
time.
yeah.
Basically, like smoked a bowl of weed and on top
Mm-hmm.
of it was some DMT, and I felt out of body. Felt like I went through multiple different like phases of water and air and like different like universal shit. I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt larger than life, like traveling.
Would you
traveling
do it
through
again?
phases. Yeah, definitely. I met some female. I like was in some water spot
Hey.
and like a female face rose up, and I thought I
Whoa.
knew her and like loved her for lifetimes. Yeah.
Something crazy. Something
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Domo was
I
telling
had a
me.
great experience
She was
my
telling me
first
about
time.
her first time doing DMT. She said she met a guy at the bar, and his name was Don Julio.
No, so yeah, I was at a table.
Like, what the fuck is the
and
chances
I was at
of
a
that?
table at a nightclub, and then this guy tried to talk to me, and I was like, and then like I ordered my drink, and it was Don Julio, and he was like, "Oh, you're ordering me," and I was like, "No, I'm not." And then he showed me his ID, and it said Don Julio. Shout out to Don Julio. He's still my homie to this day. But yeah, and then
That's actually fucking insane.
he tried to offer me like
Funny.
Coke, and I was like, nah, I don't do that shit. I was like, I was already on Molly. And then he was like,
Don't try to ruin my
do you
home.
want to do DMT? And I got a little like lit up because it's really hard to find. And then I was like, no. I was like, I don't know you. And he was like, I saw that your eyes lit up, and he was like, you should do it. It's life changing.
Listen, never listen to a guy named Don Julio on the strip.
Because he got that legally changed. That you don't get born.
He
and
did
mean,
have a good offering for me to go experiment, which now that I think about it,
That's kind of dangerous.
yeah, but
Little bit.
I don't know. I felt the vibe. And his birthday was on 7/7, and that's like my power number. So it was like all the stars were
That's
aligning.
pretty cool.
And so my trip, actually, when I took it, because he had the herb too, you have to like, he said to pick a song, like whatever song like you're connected with. And then I did, and I was like hitting it, and then like I turned into red and black paint, and I was going in the air, and then I came down, and I was like on this like red circular satin sheet bed, and then like there was this girl like caressing me, and then like I looked down at her, and it was actually me, and then when I looked up, it was gone. But I will
So you're
say,
in love with yourself? If that's what you got out
no,
of that
I
trip?
don't think it was that, but
Yeah, I
I
just
will
got lost
say,
right there.
that you know, probably like 6 months later, I went to a festival and I did Molly, and then that same feeling, because I remembered it stayed in me. Instead of it just being that short little time, it actually like ride the wave of like the whole festival, and it was like some crazy shit.
Damn.
That is crazy. So what is this, Nick? You said you were doing some hyperbaric chamber. What in the hell is that? That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm trying to do whatever I can do.
So that's the thing that you actually get in it, like you're in like a vessel. Does that freak you out
pushes
being
the
in there?
Oxygen into your mitochondria or your brain or your skin or however you want to talk about it.
Is it to like take your mind off of?
It promotes healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fighter Misha Tate. That's her place.
Yeah,
Does she's really into it?
That's her, she thinks it helps cognitive and
Oh, nice.
that type of stuff.
How many times do you have to go before they say you actually?
I was doing it. Like I went all the way to Chips in Mexico, and I was doing stem cells and stuff like that, and I'd hop in there, and I'm like, what am I doing? This is twice a week. I'm like, you guys have one of these? I'm like, can I get in it every day? Can I do it twice a day? And I'm like, sure enough, yeah, you can. I'm like, well, then why am I getting shorted on? I'm trying to heal up. I did enough stuff to, mess everything up. I want to fix it, So that's why I'm here. I like Vegas because everything's kind of at your fingertips. And Misha's got that place over there, so she's been letting me come over there and hop in there twice a day.
And so it's supposed to be just like a full body healing.
Yeah, there are a bunch of athletes have them at home too. They sleep in them, and I'm like,
What?
It's like meditation, right? Like a form
I
of
wish I had
meditation.
invested in a lot of these things. Like I never, I took all, every fight I'd win when I was younger, I'd go and I'd spend all my money on Whole Foods, and I'd go and I'd buy triathlon bikes at full price. I could never get.
Yeah, I heard those things are fucking expensive.
Sponsoring Nick
yeah.
Diaz.
Oh,
And I had a
shit.
whole. That's what I'm saying. I had a whole house full of. That's why my house got robbed too. I got all my stuff disappeared, and I'm like, great, and that's one thing. They might not have took that if I had a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. They might not have took that.
Right.
They need a
That
fucking
sounds
truck.
a little
dog.
heavy.
Hey,
yeah.
they wouldn't have
The
known what
crane.
to do with it. They'd be like, "This is."
or they wouldn't have known what it was.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Because it looks like a jacuzzi with the top, right?
It's just not something you're like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Yeah, but they probably would have took it because they took everything. They think they were trying to take my hot water heater out of there.
Is that in Stockton?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Stockton,
Yeah.
they take the water
Well, what I
heater.
had was
Water
I
heater.
had
They
a
sold it for
house
$20.
sitter. I had a house sitter, and then I had a roommate, and then my roommate fought with my house sitter.
Oh,
And I told him,
shit.
I said, I told you not to do that, And I was like, I had, you don't understand. There's a system I have. Don't mess with my system. There's an ecosystem.
How do
here.
you find a house sitter in
and then
Stockton?
My whole house of cards just went and fell apart, and then along with, I had injury, and I was trying to, I was in the middle of making a comeback, so all this stuff happened at once, and I always helped everybody too. Nobody wanted to help me in the middle of all this, but yeah, like I wish.
Did you put an ad out?
Like I was saying, I wish I had invested in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber because, if I had one and it didn't get stolen, I'd be able to just be using them.
What do you, Hugh? What
Like, you
do you
feel-
think those things cost? Can you look up what a
I think
hyperbaric?
Michael
feel it's
Jackson had one. He
working?
was like sleeping in it.
Yeah. He would take
Yeah.
crazy drugs and then go to sleep. in
Are
it.
you? Is that safe?
Yeah.
To sleep in it?
I sleep in it every time I go in
It's
there.
cold though.
It gets a little cold in there, but they give you a blanket.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, if you have your own, I'm sure you take your own.
What do you wear? Do you go?
Always.
I'd hope so.
Do you go? You have to go? Would you go in there
Can
in
you bring your own
shorts?
blanket?
Yeah, if it's
Do you go in there in shorts, or
it's a facility,
they have you go in there
do
naked?
whatever you want.
What do you do?
Yeah. How do you get in this?
They have you wear shorts in there?
I just take my shoes off and hop in there.
Oh my god!
That's it right there.
Oh, this is it.
Holy
shit.
shit. That's what.
that's
Do you feel?
different.
Do you feel like
I
you're
was thinking
claustrophobic?
That one's
something
got a big
else.
window. There's just little submarine windows in the ones.
That, is,
Yeah, who-
that looks like
There's little
Fifth
spaceship
Element.
windows in the ones.
So if you were in there right now, who would you want to look at?
Who do you want to go in there with?
No, who would you want to look at?
Yeah,
while you're
because you
sitting
have
there?
sex in there. That's like Fifth Element,
Yeah, that's the Fifth Element.
right?
I would
right?
want somebody just making faces at me outside the
us.
thing or doing something, but that looks crazy. You feel claustrophobic in there?
Hell yeah.
No,
No.
No.
I don't like those MRIs though. And you know what's funny is I used to sleep in the MRIs. Actually, I got back to sleeping in the MRIs because I've been doing a few of them.
I was gonna say that's how many MRIs you've gone that you're like, yeah, I'm just
No,
gonna nap right here.
I just.
Oh,
had-
those MRIs, that thing comes
I just-
close as fuck to your face.
Yeah.
I used to get in them every like 3 years, I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
And then lately they've been. I keep complaining about stuff, like neck and back stuff, and so they go,
You tell them it's not comfortable.
We'll put you in another MRI. I'm like, look here, you guys are crazy because you can use the other MRI. They're like, no, this MRI was shit. So we want you to do our MRI. And I'm like, I've already been through it, man. I'm like, I'm not getting any more MRIs. Got enough radiation.
Those,
That's all it is.
those,
Radiation.
Yeah, and I'm
those
like,
MRIs are
So I don't know if
tense.
it's kind of a.
Yeah.
You're like, do I want to get on an MRI and risk more radiation, or am I gonna get something out of this MRI? The MRI is just gonna tell me that the same thing that I don't want to hear. I'd probably be better off not knowing anyways. So
Did you ever fight with the lady and just be
this
like,
kind of stuff's really,
why are you pumping radiation into my system? That
They
shit
have
is.
to check your nerves.
That
That's
shit
how
is.
they
I
take
did
pictures
one
of nerves.
MRI and I
they
had to
don't find
close
out
my eyes.
I did,
Yeah.
I
No, they
did one
send you
too.
home.
I did it for my knees. That's stupid.
yeah. And I'm like, I'm trying to go, full board, hard right back into everything that I was
Yeah.
doing before. And I'm like, hey, can you, check me out? Am I okay to do this? Before I would never even worry.
Well, you
about
need
it.
like a
But
Right.
tune-up.
in
You need
order-
to tune your body up.
Yeah.
In order, I want to make sure that I'm not gonna,
I mean, they don't. I mean, MRIs just sound like it's just bad news. Like, I don't think
Well,
they're
yeah,
ever
you're not
gonna,
getting an MRI because something good.
something positive in
Yeah.
your life happens, so you get an MRI.
No, you're getting an MRI because something hurts.
I just remember
Trying to
that
figure
shit
out.
was so close to my face that I had to like put myself in another world because I couldn't believe. I felt so claustrophobic in there.
I did one for my neck, so I had to like,
Yeah. And you can't move or else
Yeah,
they'll be like,
you-
you have to do it again.
or
Like,
they tell you have to like breathe a certain,
Yeah.
like you have to hold your breath at a certain point.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, yeah, if you would have invested in one of them chambers, that's where it'd have been at. They couldn't pick that up and take it out the door. I don't think.
at least I wouldn't have to get up early.
Yeah, you could you could sleep in, make sure nobody can open it up.
So you still actively like train, continue.
Yeah, I am. It's been about, with just doing seminars, that's been kind of like, I work out a couple days at the gym, and then I give a seminar at the gym, and then I leave town. And then I'm like, so I've been kind of, I want to settle down somewhere, I had a chance to kind of, pick a spot a long time ago, but things happened really quick, and then pandemic happened, and then I got locked, everybody kind of just, everything stopped. At least for me.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
stopped for
Everyone.
everybody.
Everybody's the strip club stopped.
us two
That was
DJs.
weird.
Man, we
Listen,
can't
when
do
the strip
shit.
club stops, that's something's going on.
Mayday.
Mayday. What's your favorite place to go to? I mean, where did you have a spot you wanted to move to?
Well, I was always going to make sure I got a spot here.
Yeah, no, I knew you said you liked Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas,
But-
actually.
Yeah. Now I'm just not leaving here now. I'm just
You know what? It's hard because I used to always say I'm a very LA type of person, and then what was crazy was it's just then I started going back and forth. But I'm like, once you're in a 24-hour town like this, it's so fucking hard. Like I'm like in California, everybody's
Yeah.
in bed at like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm all fucking wigged out. Like,
During the pandemic, that's how we got here too, right?
huh? I think I mean I didn't really go anywhere during the pandemic, but I felt like probably the most lenient state was Vegas. I don't feel like
Yeah.
Vegas like
Or Florida and Texas.
held us
Oh, yeah,
down. Like
Florida
some
was
of these
turned
places
up.
were fucking.
I actually moved away from LA during the pandemic, so I was like sad at first, and then I was a little more happier.
Yeah, no, LA just keeps getting
It was the right move.
LA keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
And then they're all moving here. Yeah, you're moving here. Everybody's moving here.
I moved here during
LA
the
done
pandemic, too.
LA done flooded us with people. So
So, are you still involved with cannabis, or you do appearances at the
yeah.
dispensaries, work with brands?
do you realize you and your brother are the face of cannabis for the UFC?
Yeah.
And none of these motherfuckers want to talk about that.
Or the pioneers to do it first and not give a
Well,
fuck.
yeah. Like, what
Yeah.
is your opinion on that about the fighters smoking? Since you had that little.
It's nice that everybody's benefiting. I wish it didn't, it kind of took the fun out of it for me.
Because you're the one that took the most heat for something like that, huh?
Right.
Because you got suspended for.
This was something I would do, and then like all of a sudden now everybody does
Yeah.
it. I'm like, oh, I remember my first time. I'm like, wait, what is
Yeah.
that's
You guys basically innovated it way before
Yeah.
it should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah, but I really used it as like a tool, like for everything, just to, especially when it came to like, just socializing and like because I didn't
Right.
have I didn't have much to talk about except for jiu-jitsu and MMA, but that wasn't cool back in the day.
Now everybody's doing it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I would, but first it'd be weed, and then I would turn the topic from weed to MMA and jiu-jitsu.
You're like a stoner nerd.
Right.
Yeah, I was a stoner nerd.
Yeah.
I was a stoner jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah.
And then like, I was kind of slash skater, jiu-jitsu, stoner.
You did skateboarding?
You were a skateboarder?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a true
shit.
Cali. You're a true Cali boy right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and so right, I was more promoting jiu-jitsu than weed, and then now it's like the other way around.
Right,
Yeah.
You
right.
know, now they know me as a fighter, and I'm like, well, hey, come here for cookies. That's why I stopped smoking so much weed. I'm like, okay, well, what weed am I smoking, and what? Because they popped up shop everywhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's
You
the
know,
thing: when you
before it was like we're gonna ride our bikes all the way 4 miles down the road. Who's going today? You're gonna
Pick
go.
up a sack.
All they have to get a 5-sack. You know what I mean? Like someone's got to go. I'm like,
hey, I would have sent you because you had the triathlon bike.
yeah,
He's got the
Like-
lungs for it.
Like he's gonna get back the quickest.
yeah. And we went from from beach cruiser all the way to triathlon bike.
Yeah. So what's crazy about that? I know, and I mean, I don't know the age range here, but do you remember when you used to buy weed and it wasn't called nothing? It was just basically a fucking bag.
Green bud.
Yeah, like
Mexican weed.
like I actually remember. Like I just don't know where all these names and terms
And I
and
used to get a little
fucking
sandwich
crazy
bag,
shit,
and
like-
then they would either possibly
the
write
name.
the name on it, or
Maybe after Chronic, no? After Chronic, it started getting all these names.
who do
Kush,
you think just sat there and named all this shit?
Sour.
Like my
master growers.
I took
for
my
sure.
mom. I took my mom to a dispensary out here, and she was like, this guy was reading to her like you're at a fine dining restaurant, and she's like, hey, just give me the shit that fucks you up. She's like, I don't
Strong
care.
indica.
He's like saying all this stuff and the levels and the, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of crazy because I think back in my day, you just got the bag of weed, so you didn't know what it was. You just got that shit.
I was a bud tender, so then there was this like hot girl market. That was before it was recreational and it was medical. That was actually before the strip
Well, yeah,
club,
if you wanna
so
go to
made
buy
a
weed,
lot of
you
money
want to see
and
something
tips.
nice, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to see a dude butt tender. I don't care how much you know about weed. Like I,
I
just
know,
want to get
right?
high. Yeah, like
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see a dude bud tender, but there probably is one, to be honest
there
with
is.
you.
There's a lot.
They're all over the place
yeah.
now.
I
They've
don't-
replaced the
I- yeah,
hot
I was about- I
bitches
was about to
with
say-
Yeah, that's what I'm
nerds and
saying. Like, who
polos.
cares about the facts?
Yeah,
Like, it used to be like, oh, some fine girls are trying to sell you some weed, and that's it.
well,
Just
that's what happens when something goes corporate.
yeah.
Yes, for sure. Did you have one of these, Nick, during Christmas back in the day?
Gingerbread house.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about that? First of all, did you make that gingerbread house?
Yes, I made it from scratch.
Yeah. So something crazy. I've been seeing these things my whole life. I've been seeing these things my whole life, and I have never physically built one. So
I attempted.
that's fucking hard.
It didn't
It-
go well.
You can buy it at your local store. I got it at
Already assembled though.
No, it's
I
not
mean,
assembled.
It's a kit.
Everything, the good friends of mine at Raw, I put everything together to make it a little raw house, So they're a rolling paper company.
Oh,
They
by
kinda
the
just-
way, who are you?
Oh,
Yeah.
Earth Smokes a Lot.
Yeah.
Earth smokes a lot.
Earth Smokes a Lot on Instagram. That's who I am. Earth Smokes a Lot too.
Yeah, and he's the one that provided me with
Thank
this
you,
great
thank you,
birthday
yes.
cake.
By the way, happy birthday.
Yeah,
True.
happy
Yeah.
Let's
Birthday
go.
vibes.
Shout out to
22.
another birthday.
Yeah, 21.
21.
21 today.
Just
Nah,
turned
you're
21.
22. You're supposed to do it to deuce deuce.
Yeah. Is this what do you ever have a birthday cake that looked like that, Nick?
No.
I was about to
Oh,
say I've
wait.
never
Mic
seen
up.
I've never seen it. I've never seen a weed cake before. That's pretty interesting.
How do you celebrate your birthdays, Nick? Like nowadays?
You know what? I really don't.
You don't?
I never get it. Birthdays, I try to run away.
I actually don't.
Really?
I actually
Yeah,
don't
I've
either.
I've never been the type to like what's my birthday? You know?
Yeah. You feel corny when you do that shit,
You
huh?
guys are all invited to my birthday. All invited to my birthday.
You know what I feel like? You know what I feel like a birthday
Your
is?
birthday every day?
All invited to my birthday. party. It's
A
great.
birthday
It's gonna be great.
A birthday is almost like the MySpace top 8. Like you either knew you were invited or you're not, and then people would get pissed at you they weren't in your top 8. So then they came out with the
yeah,
12.
Some high
and
school
that was
shit.
like
Then they came out with
Facebook.
12, you can-
Facebook was like the first one to like publicize your birthday. So then it would be like coming up
Actually-
Oh, yeah, they would,
Tigers,
huh?
Yeah.
Actually, do you remember, Nick? I was actually at your birthday party last year.
Really?
Remember? Do you remember that? Actually, was
Where?
it? We went to. Remember, we were at that sport bar, Blondie's. I think it was at Planet Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
That
You know
was
what-
your
you know where
birthday.
it stopped. It started becoming fun for me when people would plan my birthday parties.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
like, what are
You
you
just
talking
show
about?
up.
You just
Yeah.
show up,
And then it
yeah.
started not becoming fun because I was like, wait a minute, like who's getting paid for this? And how is
Ah.
this? What's happening now? I'm like, oh, I thought this was fun for a minute, but then I'm like, okay. So
Yeah,
Somebody sold the Nick
ex-
Diaz party. That's what
Excess,
you're
Excess
trying-
is like, we'll throw your birthday
Yeah,
party.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
Raw
that's-
comes in and
That's crazy. Who's that guy?
That's
Domo?
Tylee. That's if you want to get high.
I was just trying to fix him.
Tylee.
Tylee.
Do you know who that guy is, Nick?
Do you watch South Park?
Have you ever watched South
I
Park?
have, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a towel that gets everyone
Wanna get
high.
high?
And his insult is like, "You're a towel."
Yeah.
That's what he says. You're a towel.
Yeah, he's like, "You're a towel."
Oh my god, that's crazy. Whose phone's ringing? She's like, "Is that your lift just get here?" No, I'm just kidding. Whose phone was that? Your phone?
I guess so.
What do you
So-
What do you plan on doing for the holidays? You going back to Stockton, or you just staying
No,
out
I'm
here?
gonna stay here.
Do you ever go back to Stockton a lot? Or
I should know. I wish I didn't.
no?
It was at a bad time too. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's for, on lockdown, I went back there and it was just not. I wasn't right. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, like with the way things are going, like I'm being real careful now who I hang out with, just in case the lockdown happens. You're
Yeah.
kind of stuck with that fucking person,
And
so
then- and
So
then
I'm-
if
I'm
you get
being
out of
real
lockdown,
careful.
And you get out of lockdown, you might be traumatized by the lockdown
Yeah.
and not be able to get.
I feel like we're all traumatized by the lockdown. We just
Yeah.
don't know how to say it.
I kind of feel like, can you imagine being Nick's neighbor and then Nick ran out of toilet paper and you just go over there and like, give me your shit, like give me,
That's like a next Friday scene, huh?
like I still don't understand why everybody ran out and got toilet paper.
Yeah, what?
Like it
Yeah.
makes no. I'm like, you're in a national
It
crisis.
should be water, not toilet paper.
What was it?
Yeah.
He just bought a bidet, like a
Oh, a bidet.
hose for your butthole.
Wait, what was it? Toilet paper and what was the other thing?
Toilet paper and then
What? Yeah, what was the other thing?
what was the other one?
There was two things I remember.
The formula.
Water. Yeah, water.
The water.
Water.
Any kind of paper.
No, that's where the water was going.
Nick, have you ever thought of like
Yeah.
making workout merch or something for like ladies? Or is there anything ladies can learn out of
I like that.
jujitsu?
I like
Yeah.
that. You know what I thought about? It was when I would, I started getting merch,
Yeah.
and then I would get the merch for ladies.
Yeah.
I think everybody-
Can the ladies
I was like,
rap
this
in
is-
Nick
this is
Nick
where we're
Diaz
starting to-
Army?
Hell
Yeah,
yeah. They're the ones that spend the money.
First, I wasn't so
know.
excited about merch because I didn't really like it, but I was,
Yeah.
but I like the girl stuff, so
Yeah.
maybe
You gotta have the. You gotta.
Yeah.
Maybe like some OnlyFans girls can
Yeah.
rock it, promote it
There
on
you go.
Instagram.
Sponsorships.
All types of ladies. Cannabis ladies. Come on.
I felt like it would be a good idea for a while.
Absolutely.
What would the merch be? The workout pants.
Could be definitely leggings, crop top hoodies, crop tops.
Thongs.
Or
I
bras.
actually like my favorite. The
Booty shorts.
If you get socks, then I can sell them to my fans.
Use socks.
you can sell them to Tommy.
Ah!
I have a feeling that guy's on your site somewhere buying your socks.
Tommy Guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, what? You have any Christmas plans? What are you gonna do?
I haven't made. You know what? I'm not a big planner.
Yeah.
I'm not a big planner. I'm just right now. I'm just on a. I'm always on a fitness longevity type of health.
Isn't it crazy that one thing that I know
Goals.
about fitness is they make it so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
It's-
You could just
difficult.
run though.
It's
It's
difficult, and then now like
And the food.
now I don't know what year it is exactly, but at this at this day and age, it's like there's levels to it.
yeah.
And then if
Yeah.
you want to stay on that level.
You're
Fall off, it's hard to get back on.
yeah. Sure the fuck is.
Because everyone's finding out new ways of getting
What?
ahead too. So you got to get on that
It's
too.
like, and they don't. It's like everybody if they do anything, then they want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then so you're
Are
like,
you vegan or is it
becomes a
better?
competition or something.
It's always a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you
Always
say?
a
What did you say about the millennial social media people? Like they.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's gonna be a competition, like it's nice to see your competition like in real life and not on.
Why? So you can slap
Well,
them?
coming from the most extreme, like,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
And after a while,
Yeah.
you're tripping. You're like, what? Okay, I'm seeing all of these people. And I can't get them out of my head.
Right.
And I was telling him, I was like, yo, it's like they're in your peripheral, you know?
Yeah.
No.
I feel it. I see it too.
It's like, am I tripping or I just can't get all these people out of my head all day long? I'm like, just, you know, and all the characters and all the, you know,
The trollers.
you're just
The
thinking
clout
about them
chasers.
nonstop all day long. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you know how you have like so many people that you follow?
Yeah.
Then some people only pop up.
Right.
It's like almost like you only want to follow a few people because
Right.
because you're scrolling through and then you're like, now I'm going to be thinking about this all day long. Why did I look at my phone?
Yeah.
So, were you saying earlier that you were like perma-fried? Like, do you want to talk about that?
I don't mind. It's not really perma-fried. It's just like what I said is like I'm just kind of flustered with the amounts of people. You know how people are always talking about cutting your circle short?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I was saying, it's just kind of the people that you're paying attention to sometimes that like you can't get out of your head afterwards.
That's why
You know?
MySpace had a
and that's
set
the one
no-
thing. Like I don't smoke as much weed as I used to, but I think I would smoke this weed, and I think it would just delete people out of my head.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, or issues. You know, like I think that the short-term memory thing, I was really benefiting from, you know, forgetting about like all of the negative. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Or-
And I now I'm just all day long. I'm kind of like, you know, I'm trying to like forget all the
Dodge
negative.
it,
And,
yeah.
you know, like when it's discouraging. You like you want to, like I was saying with the fitness thing. You know, I was doing all this stuff way before everybody. I had my Sony Ericsson phone, and I was at the top of you know, McKenna Beach Mountain over in on Maui doing Xterra Worlds, you know, championships, which is like one of the hardest races in the world. And I'm recording it and I'm sending it to people on my phone like that don't even care about it, and I'm recording it and I'm putting it on YouTube back before people even did this stuff. So then all of a sudden when people were like, you know, nothing against like Cam Hanes or some of these other like you know, the Iron
yeah.
Cowboy. I like the
The
Iron
motivationer,
The
fucking
I
influencer.
like
Chris.
the Iron Cowboy. I don't know if you guys know who the Iron Cowboy is, but he's like
Thinker.
he's this triathlon guy, and he
Oh,
he's
dope.
done like what is it, like some, you know, like 20 races in 20 days or something like that. I don't know, something just insane.
Yeah.
And
You feel like, oh, there's so many more
yeah,
people,
I'm
newer people.
not trying to compete or compare
Right.
myself or anything, but like
Oh,
just saying, like
Yeah.
before it was anybody's idea, I was already doing that. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? Before,
So-
before you could do it, I was already doing it with the cheapest phone.
You said you had a Sony phone. I didn't even know Sony
Yeah,
had
Sony
phones.
Ericsson. It had the best camera.
yeah, back in the day.
And I bought it so I could use it for the camera, so I could record Jiu Jitsu and record, you know, try out doing just anything really. And
But, like,
put it on-
swimming?
and put it on YouTube. Now people just put their stuff on their Instagram and there's YouTube channels still, but I mean like, I'm just saying I was doing it first.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got a lot of
I remember
firsts
my
on your
first time.
belts.
Everybody's there's some, you know, people are, you know, they're really popular on there now, and it's really, and you watch them and it's like, wow, how do I keep up with these people? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But you
Right.
got to be corny as fuck
Or
and then
it's
be
hard to
dope
even
too,
get out
like-
there without trying to like, man, especially if you fall behind or like
Yeah.
if you're not in shape or something, you're like, man, dude, like you're trying to keep up with these people who are in shape, and you're like, I remember when I was, and I wish I, you know what I mean? I wish I was doing
That's what they say.
all
that-
these things like.
Well, I think it's every industry or every subcook genre is dealing with that, because even in the adult industry, I mean, you got bitches doing crazy shit where back in the day that wasn't even being done. So, but also like, I'm not going to like lower my standards or compete with these people. So it's
Do you ever look at your feed?
Just ride your
Does
wave,
anybody ever try to
yeah.
tell you they want to fight you or anything on your feed? Like, or just talk shit in general?
I don't know. My life is kind of like a bad dream. I'm trying to wake up from with all you know what I mean, with all of the feeds and
Oh, dude.
and
That's what I'm over.
I'm
The
like-
trolls, everyone talking shit online.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting so much of that because
Because everyone loves
it's
you
almost
guys,
like I
both
fell
of you
off
guys.
in a way, you know, because I'm not on Twitter.
Right.
You know,
I've
I'm
never
not-
been
my
on
brother's
Twitter
there, I'm
before.
like, you're crazy.
He's always on there.
Crazy. I'm
Talking
like,
shit.
He's
bro,
trolling.
I don't do that. I have anxiety afterwards.
Right.
Like, or I don't know if I would, but I just don't have anything to say. You know what I mean? Like I did before, and then, you know, once I started looking, I took a step back and I started looking at everybody and watching what was going on. Like,
It's hard.
Kinda
Yeah.
No, well, you stepped out of the matrix.
Perspective, though. Like I was
Yeah.
telling him, it's like a fish tank. Like, you go look at all the fish inside here. I can see all you guys swimming around, and I don't want to be a part of any of this anymore. You know, and everybody's bad mouthing because it's more of a it's more of a pageant show out there than it used to be about fighting. So I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
no,
be rude to
Jake.
anybody. You know what I mean? And
You're-
I don't want to be. And I don't like the way that they did me for you know. Oh yeah, you're a gangster, and I'm like, no,
like the Stockton thing?
That's a sensitive word, you know what I mean? Like where I come from, you get back in the day, you get shot for being a gangster.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, please don't shoot, and I'm like, I don't want to get shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and
I
like
don't want
people
no
are coming in,
problems.
like, yeah, I remember like, you hearing so and so got shot, and I'm like, oh man, what's it got to do with me?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I really feel that way. Like when they talk about like this rapper or this rapper, I'm like, you know, I'm not a rapper, and I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know.
But I think because
And
you're
I-
that
and I-
badass,
I don't-
everyone
I don't-
tries to
I don't-
associate with
I don't
that.
bang no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's not even about gangster, nothing like that no more. But like, just being on there talking some shit on like, I don't have anything to say.
Right.
You know.
Well, it takes away from people just talking to people.
And
in
it's
person.
strangers. It's
But
not.
I'm a lot more sensitive to like the stuff I got before. They really hammered me hard, like with, you know, fucking getting punched and kicked and all that, and just feeling like, you know, people try to paint you as a bad guy, and then like now I'm like, you walk around.
Like the UFC or just people in general?
Well, people can.
No,
I think the fan
the
base-
stigma
Yeah.
around being like the bad boy, or
The
badass.
Nick
Right.
Diaz, be the Stockton
Yeah, I'm like,
fucking
wait, I don't even
gangster.
know if I want to be Nick Diaz anymore.
Yeah.
Is that really? Is that not really who I am? That's just like who I had to be. I'm like,
Well, because you
I
spent
read
so
around that.
much.
And then these
yeah.
guys are still doing it, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, yeah, that guy's not. He's not really fighting out there. He's not really. He's not really fighting out there. He's you
Just
know.
showing
he thinks
up.
it's a show. He thinks
Yeah.
he thinks it's a game, and a game show. I'm like, I remember my first time. I'm like, okay, you're how many years you did? 10 years. I'm like, try after. What you been doing this for 15 years, 17
Yeah.
years. You're like, man.
Do you feel that like
You're like,
all
okay, you're
the
gonna get personal with somebody, like, and fight them. That's different than just
That's-
going out there. That's a psychological.
yeah,
warfare
like do you
now.
think all these blogs and the media that get
Even when you're
involved-
not fighting, then you have this psychological warfare happening to you when you're not even fighting, and then you are fighting, and then it's you have.
Kind of like the war your
'Cause
brother
you're
had
like,
with
I'm
Connor,
just doing
like
my
talking
job.
shit. Like,
Man, I don't even. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's-
I step way out as soon as the Twitter got involved.
yeah.
This is a long time ago now.
Right.
I
I never jumped on. The
I
Twitter
stepped out of
train.
it. I was like, you know what, like, on the tweets and all that, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just leaving. I'm not gonna talk on the internet. You know, they'd interview me and I'd talk shit, and then I'd talk shit on YouTube. That's how far back it was before you had Instagram.
Right.
I was on YouTube talking shit to people a little bit,
Yeah.
and then once it became a lot of shit talk, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I've actually
know?
never heard that shit talking on YouTube. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
Well,
they're-
in
and then
videos.
so- Yeah.
that's why they got the nickname of how they got it, you know?
And then, yeah, I lost I forgot my password to my account. And
That's a motherfucker.
people would go, you know what? I had some people were trying to, you know, like hijack my stuff. So I started switching my,
yeah, I'm sure.
my passwords around, and then I forgot it myself. And I was like, man, see, this is why I took a step back on top of where I got discouraged and just took a step back, and I just looked at everybody from the outside. I was like, man, I don't want to be a part of this no more. You know,
You don't want to give your
Not-
energy to some shit like
and
that.
not just because I forgot my passwords and I
Yeah.
can't get in there.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to be in there anyway.
You know how
I'm like, fuck y'all, man.
It's because if they're gonna message you, then you're expected to respond, and then
come find me then.
That's
you know?
it is. Yeah.
I might not know you're talking shit because I don't even look on there. And,
That's what I was saying. Like I always hear the UFC be like, "Did you see what that person tweeted about you?"
Yeah.
And when you think about how fucking ridiculous that sounds, like, what did they tweet about me? Like, what is a fucking?
They don't have the balls to say it to your face.
Yeah, like what's a tweet you too? Do you ever tweet on people, Domo?
I tweet
Domo has a
on
Twitter.
people, but our tweets are a little different.
Domo's a different kind of side of Twitter, huh?
Yeah, we're in the adult spicy world, so it's like showing, ass, titties,
I can't believe
and
I've
feet,
never done a Twitter.
promoting.
Really?
That's the only platform that you can actually promote.
Especially now since Elon got it.
Spicy stuff, and we don't know what this guy is gonna do, if he's gonna be for us or against us, but I know he got girls back,
He's
Ooh,
for
Elon?
it. He's for it.
Oh yeah,
He's for
oh
it.
hell
He's
yeah,
for
I
it.
think he's
Yeah.
for it.
He doesn't go. He goes on Twitter for porn, so he's for it.
Good.
Yeah.
We
You
need,
said
we
good.
need we need more people like that.
You're like good.
I'm not sure how I feel about all the baby mamas, but
He's just trying to.
sorry,
Exactly.
but
He said there's not enough people having kids, so he's gonna take matters into his own hands.
great. Well, those people need to be running social media platforms.
Yeah.
Hey, is there anybody out there, Nick, that you hate?
What?
They don't even have to be a fighter. You just
Or love
What?
or motivates you.
No, I got.
hate's a strong word.
Nah, I know. That's
I
why.
had a my 7th grade teacher. He used to say it all the time. He was a really good teacher, Mr. Domench. Tom Domench. Yeah,
See, that's crazy. You can remember that. I can't remember one
He would
teacher's
let me do
name.
I
push-ups
can't
in his
remember
class. He would let me do all these
teachers.
push-ups. I'd get off like over 200 push-ups a day in his class. 'Cause you can do over 200 push-ups in a day if you're in class and you're doing it instead of your schoolwork.
You just break them up every period.
He's like, sure, if you're going to do the push-ups instead of your work, if you're going to do work instead of work, I'm like, oh, really? So I thought I was getting away with something, but I was. You know what I mean? Like, I was, and he
So
was letting me do it.
He said you can do push-ups. You don't have to do the homework.
I didn't do a single. I didn't even pick up a pencil on that.
But for what you ended up doing, you were doing homework in a way. You were fucking
And we
getting your
weren't
core
friends
right.
either. This guy, he picked me up by my arm, twisted my arm out behind my back.
Oh shit!
Yeah, all the way too. And
Where did you go to school at? In what state? What state?
I was in Stockton.
Cali.
Yeah, in Stockton.
I had a similar story in Chicago. They used to
Kids
tell
are
us.
bringing guns to school too. It was-
Chicago, they would tell us to put our heads down,
Stockton,
and they would pass us. So if we put our heads down on the desk,
Oh wow.
they would pass us. So half the class would be like this. But it was better so the teacher could actually teach, because a lot of the kids would be over talking and
Oh
the teacher.
yeah.
So
Oh, that would.
that's
be
what
a-
they would do.
That'd be a shit show. So, Nick, where can I know people can't find you on Twitter, but where can they find you?
They could just
on
Google
They
IG?
can't
Yes.
find you on Twitter.
Yeah.
They can Google him.
I don't see the difference between these things, like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
So if I tag
feel
you,
like it's all
I'm
one-
not tagging you.
Yeah, Domo says when you guys have taken a picture or whatever and you
Oh.
post it, your fans like
Yeah, like I just
go at her
shared
like
your-
fucking.
I shared your meet and greet thing, and they come in my DMs.
They come.
They pledge allegiance to their master.
They love the
Yes.
Diaz brothers.
They do.
Both of them.
So you-
Everybody loves them.
So your social is what was it? Nick Diaz at Nick Diaz 209. 209. What about you, Domo Monster?
I'm Domo Monster 7.
And I'm just the Green Room Radio because some piece of shit motherfuckers stole my
Whoa.
account.
Hijacked
Whoa.
you.
No,
Mine's just-
Super James probably did it.
Mine's just Albert Ramirez, DJ.
Are you Hispanic?
I'm Mexican, 100%.
Okay. Say something in Spanish.
A huevo.
Okay.
You know what that means?
That she's a bitch?
An egg.
Oh.
I knew that.
That's just, whoa.
No, every time I
That went way out.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show. It's Tru, Domo, and Albert. We have another
sir.
special guest. Who is this young lady, Domo?
This lovely lady.
With the dick between her. Oh, she moved it.
Oh.
She used to have it between her boobies.
TT.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tylee, Texas.
Tylee, Texas.
Are you from Texas?
Obviously.
That would actually be really weird if your name was Tylee, Texas, but you were from like Idaho or something.
Well, I don't live in Texas anymore.
That's okay.
What part of Texas? Because
You have to
Texas is its own
guess.
country.
I'm gonna say San Antonio.
Midland.
Ooh.
San Antonio definitely has the best tacos. That's not
Austin?
even a
Wait, like
contest.
Taco Cabana?
No, taco, everything's better in
Yeah,
San
weren't,
Antonio.
weren't you Domo Monster? You were from San
can
Antonio.
you like shut the fuck up?
Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I didn't know you didn't want to.
I don't,
Be
put it, I don't
disclosed.
put it out there.
Yeah, Texas is weird. She's always put the weird Texas vibe in me, so I feel weird as fuck. I won't go there very often.
I
You're from
had
Detroit,
no
you're not
idea
too
she had
far
relation to
anymore.
Texas.
I was
That's
born
why.
in Texas,
That's why I'm in love.
but I moved to Cali when I was younger, so I feel like I'm a Californian.
You were
Yeah.
born there. You're definitely a Texan.
I know. I'm a Texan
You
at
know,
heart.
I've been out here since '05, but I am Detroit till I died. I mean, does anybody claim Las Vegas like that? Anybody?
Everyone
I
moved
got
here
LV.
from somewhere.
I got LV on me.
Well, you know
Was
what?
that-
I would like to say to that. I always say this to guys from Detroit. I'm like, I'm from the bigger D.
Ooh.
Whoa, what does that mean?
You should know.
I'm from the big
Dallas.
D.
Oh, Dallas.
Big.
Oh, okay, hold on. All right. I had to think about that. That one went over, but yeah.
Dallas, Fort Worth. Yeah, down for whatever.
Dallas.
Did
Is
you?
that what Fort Worth
What
means?
is? Yeah, like what is your story? How did you end
Yeah.
up in Vegas?
First of all,
where did you start in
Yeah.
Texas?
How did it take you so long to get here today? Let's start with that. Last we heard, you were at the nail shop at 5:00. Then what happened?
I was getting my eyelashes done and my nails done.
Okay.
She said she's been doing it for 10 years. I was like, wow, I've never met somebody at 10 years. Let me lay down.
10 years that it just done lashes?
Yeah, it's doing
Wow.
lashes
Have they
and
been
nails.
have they been doing lashes for 10 years for girls?
I guess. I was like,
Wow.
damn. I
I
was
thought
like,
that was that's not a new trend, is it? They've always been doing that? Now I
Been
see
around.
I see lash bars all over the place.
Oh yeah, it's like another. It's just another fee
So what do
for your
you
beauty.
Kylie, Texas, what do you do for a living?
so pretty much I was dancing in Dallas at the Lodge, Baby Dolls, Rick's, and
You said Rick's, like Rick's Cabaret?
yeah, Rick's
Oh, they have that
Cabaret.
out there? Yeah.
And like the vice president was like, hey, there's a convention coming up, the exotic dancer, and he was like, we would like to pay you for like appearances just to go as like a regular dancer, but he's like, there's like showgirls and porn stars, and he's like, so you should do it.
Yeah.
Meaning you should be the showgirl or the porn star?
Well, I just went to the convention, and yeah, I've just been doing a little bit of both. So
How's that? How was that? Was that, I mean, it feels like, did the pandemic, did that help out? at
yeah,
all?
because like I fire spin and do like circus stuff. So like
What's fire spin?
like with like fans and
Oh,
poi
really?
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like Florida, I was like getting bookings like shows after shows after shows, like while everybody else was shut down. So I was just like,
Oh, you went to Florida then?
yeah,
Yeah, where-
like
yeah.
Tampa,
Yeah.
Miami.
Oh my god.
That's where I met her.
Hey, Florida man.
But
Florida.
you know those like silks, like those circus things, like
Yeah.
the cloth things. Like I do chains,
Whoa.
like so, and then spin fire. So it's
Oh,
like
that's
really cool.
How did you learn that? Did you go to school or did you just learn that on your own?
Yeah, there's like a school in St. Pete, like right next to my house. So
Okay.
Did you ever get booked to do festivals and stuff, like music festivals?
not really. Like a lot of people was like, yeah, come do EDC, but
That's what I was thinking of.
it was really cold. So I was like, no.
Yeah, well, you know, with EDC
Gotta go
switching
when it's hot.
EDC switching the
here.
dates like that, that date is so questionable. Either it's
Yeah.
fucking perfect.
Wait,
or
did they
it's
go
freezing.
back to what date are they at now?
They're in
Because-
May.
They're in May.
Like
It used
end
to
of
be June.
May. That was my birthday rave since '08.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
So you went to
then
the
they
LA one,
changed
the
it.
Coliseum?
Hell yeah, I went to that.
Did you see Dead Mouse? They had
I
he had the
did.
show.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Sold it out.
I was there.
You went?
I was
How
there.
was
It was incredible. That was so I saw him in 2008, 2009, and then 2010 was amazing.
Yeah. That was the last one, right? The 10?
That was the last one, yes.
It's kind of crazy because basically the Las Vegas EDC is basically the LA EDC.
Well, it is. That's
Yeah,
ex-
because they got
Yeah.
banned. Actually, Mr. Joe Biden didn't want
Right.
raves going on anymore.
That's why the Deadmau show was so crazy, because since that, no one's really sold out the Coliseum as an EDM act.
Well, so Skrillex did like a Grammy party.
But it was like a private.
It was a private party. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
anyways.
So now you're out here. Are you dancing?
No.
You're not out here in Vegas?
No.
You're just visiting?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Las Vegas.
Yeah, my sister lives here. But yeah, I was going to tell you that I was doing like some wrestling during COVID too. So
Some Killer Sally.
Who do you wrestle with?
Major League Wrestling, Bay Fight, like, but pretty much I'll fight anybody that wants to fight me.
How did you get into that?
Jesus.
Well,
Florida.
yeah, Wesley
Florida, man.
Chapel,
That's what they do.
WWE Performance Center.
Yeah, Florida.
Oh yeah.
That's where it's at. That's where this stuff starts, is in Florida.
But were you into the wrestling when you joined, or someone approached you and was like, "Hey, you can make some money"?
Yeah, pretty much both. Like, I just went to a show and then they were like, wow, like, we're filming in Dallas and you're a good fit. And, like, Brian Pillman Jr. was, like, fighting with another guy over me, and it was, like, all part of, like, the script. Like, MJK or MJFK, whatever. And, like, it just kind of started doing that. And then, like, I was, like, doing, like, valet and stuff. And then COVID happened, everything shut down. And then I started switching to, like, kind of, like, the circus stuff.
So have you wrestle guys or girls?
Both.
Oh shit!
I like to do both at the same time.
Do these guys?
Is
this
there a
like
weight
fetish
class,
for
or
them?
is there just
What?
Is the guys? Is it like a fetish for them, or is it just like? It's
I
like
think
real?
there's definitely a side to the fetish, and then there's a side to, like, the show. So
part
Hey,
part
so we
part
have two fighters. In
I
the
enjoy
building.
both. Yeah.
yeah part of me thinks that she could probably beat up Tommy over here. And,
Grapple.
Yeah.
You grapple with them.
Can I scissor you?
Whoa!
Yo,
whoa!
the scissors.
Yeah.
Oh my word!
The full
And you
Nelson.
still do that now?
Yes.
Okay.
So how long are you out here visiting for?
Till Thursday.
Are you gonna miss Las Vegas when you go?
I'm gonna miss her.
Oh.
Yeah, she said you said Florida has different rules than here in Vegas, so you had to kind of
Different.
tell us some of the
Yes,
rules.
different protocols. Like, so how was it dancing in Tampa? She just started like dancing with me. Actually, I ran into her at Peppermint Hippo randomly. She didn't even tell me she was there, and then it was like, oh my god. But
Is that
what
weird when you see
your-
each other?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, not really, but
You're
sort of.
You're like, you're a dancer?
What? Yeah.
I'm
I was
just
like,
kidding.
no. I was like, I've seen her dance on. Yeah.
But
Because I
what
saw
is-
her at the award show Night Moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a performance, a feature performance.
I didn't do it. Not at the award show.
Odyssey.
I just did. Oh yeah.
What was that?
Odyssey.
Was that the Florida thing?
Oh,
you did?
so Odyssey was actually really fucking cool. That was a
Spaceship.
strip club that looked like a spaceship, and then they actually did live streaming webcam at the strip club. Like, so the main stage, it was like shot. So you can make money online and
Oh my God,
and
that's awesome.
and at the strip club. And what was
Shout
dope,
out to that place.
so technically, if I ever wanted to go to Tampa and I already have my little account on there, like I can go. But I was fascinated. I was like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
And then there's like an upstairs VIP room that's the spaceship. And there's a little fucking alien up there, and they got everything set up. I thought that was dope.
That's
I was
dope,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, we travel in the world. I went to a lot of different strip clubs, and it's so different
Who
everywhere.
had the best strip clubs?
Texas.
Honestly,
That's
Texas.
where
I
I've-
don't
I
even
mean,
know
I
if you could
think-
call them strip clubs, but
what is Texas strip clubs like compared to Vegas strip
I
clubs?
asked one of like the biggest feature agents or whatever. I was like, "What's the best strip clubs?" He's like, "New York, Dallas, and Vegas." Like those.
Shout
are the
out to New York Sapphires out there. That was dope.
yeah, no, New York is good.
He's like, "Those are the top 3 money making ones." He's like, Miami's mainly party.
Yeah.
Live.
It's a little different. It's like a nightclub.
Did
strip
you like the
club.
peppermint hippo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like comfortable, and they said I could do chains, and they already had the rigging. Like Tampa is like super small,
Yeah.
It's
I
very it's very small.
so I felt like I could stretch.
So
Yeah.
that's nuts. So you do WWF. Did you say you did
E.
porn?
She
Sometimes.
does
Tell you
content,
Content.
right?
Fetish, yeah.
Fetish
What
stuff.
kind of fetish content?
Everything, like feet, belly button.
Belly button.
Belly
Sleeve.
button.
What's a belly button? Well,
Oh
okay,
my
I
God.
only remember belly button fetish when I was
Kind of a
pregnant.
hole.
It is. So what's the belly button fetish? Like they
if I went-
worship?
yeah, it'd be like, oh, your belly, your stomach.
Do you have a belly button ring?
Yeah.
Do they love that?
Sometimes they make you take it out. It's
Ew.
like both.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it out.
Yeah, that's
So-
it.
Okay, so but feet.
Yeah, wrestling.
I see you do a lot of feet on your
feet
Twitter.
and wrestling, yeah.
And but you haven't done
Sitting
actual porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it like consider. Are you saying like any OnlyFans stuff or like?
Well, like mainstream porn compared
Yeah.
different from the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So
Because I've like heard a lot of arguments about like some people are like, oh, well, she's only done OnlyFans. Not talking about me, but I'm talking
Well,
about
no, I
other
think we just
people.
we had
Right,
a we had a
right.
girl we had a girl a couple weeks ago, and that's what I was saying. Like now that now that people can create their own content, I don't understand why people would sign with mainstream
Yeah.
porn agency when they can shoot their own stuff. But I mean, I guess
there's a little bit of a divide, but most porn stars are on OnlyFans.
yeah. I just have an interesting fact. OnlyFans is weird to me because I'm like I gotta basically pay to be your friend, and then the only person I ever signed up this dude Marcus to Braids was giving stock advice, so I subscribed
Marcus.
to his OnlyFans. So I've only subscribed to a dude OnlyFans before.
It's just basically saying like, there's a divide because porn stars who shoot major productions, we're going to this place. There's probably like, could be 10 people, could be 20 people. You don't know how many people are going to be in the room. And then you show up, you fuck, and it's not on a paywall. It's all over the internet, and people watch it over and over. So
I feel like you're
there's
one of
a
those
respect
people.
factor
Yeah,
of that the OnlyFans girls who hide behind the paywall are not technically considered porn stars.
yeah,
They
I
are
get
and they aren't.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I feel like there's still empowerment with OnlyFans creators.
it. Yeah, no, they're. Actually, I haven't been on OnlyFans. So I don't know what they're
I've been
on there,
doing
but-
like loyal fans.
Yeah.
like
Okay.
a
So I just
bigger
signed up to
percentage.
that. How's
Yeah.
that?
I think it's good.
That one's more Dom.
Yeah, and you can upload videos easier.
Man, so they're just
And
coming
they
out
do
with
live
more and more
streaming.
sites.
They're like social media sites. The new
And
TikTok.
Loyal Fans was sponsoring the Night Moves movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So loyal fans and OnlyFans.
What's your favorite? What do you like to do the most?
I think that I like both. Like I'm trying to do both.
What?
Loyal fans and OnlyFans.
You can probably
Why
do them at the
not?
same time, can't you?
Yeah.
Just
Why
two
not?
cameras.
Yeah. I don't know why I have to choose. Like.
You don't have to choose.
Yeah.
You can distribute the same content
Yeah.
on multiple platforms. if you
Yeah, I
wanted
just
to.
heard about this house, Selfie Pop. I think it's like in LA. Did you hear about it?
What?
No.
It's like a model house too. That's like starting their own thing too.
You know what? Actually, I did
yeah.
hear about that. I did
Yeah,
hear
Yeah,
about
they're trying
that.
to get me out there. You know what I'm talking about?
Selfie pop.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the one I know exactly, but I do know of these places.
Yeah.
But this is my thing. So what's the terms for these model houses?
I don't know. They just pretty much said come there, shoot content.
Did they really mean it when they said
Do
come
you-
there?
Do
Yeah.
you like live there permanently or you
No, it's like 6 days.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
crazy. 6 days.
It's like an
almost.
influencer.
But
boot
what are
camp.
they bringing? What value are they bringing you to go out there that you can't do yourself?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. That's
So does
really
Derek?
think of that.
Does your agent Derek? Does he book her for appearances too?
She's trying to get on board.
Trying to get on board. Out.
Don't mention names.
Yeah, I was gonna
No.
say I don't
Yeah,
think agents
don't-
like when you
don't-
say
Oh,
that.
No,
my,
he
my
said
bad.
that.
Hey,
Hey.
listen, I don't know the game, so I don't.
He's the one
Yeah,
that put me on
just-
stage at
Yeah.
Odyssey. He was like, "Yeah, you're good."
He just said, get up there and go.
Yeah.
I still keep thinking about, when you say Texas, how Albert and Super James, who's usually over here, saw your phone sex commercial.
I did get more.
Oh, yeah.
I got more videos of people
Did you?
sending it to me, and they're like, "Is
Man,
this you?"
We were like in Midland somewhere.
Hey, so
And
she,
it's in Texas.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I haven't seen an ad like that in.
That's
I
awesome.
don't even know since
Yeah,
when.
we were tripping out. We're like, that can't be her. Then
That's Vicky. Okay, that wasn't even me.
Vicky. That wasn't
Yeah.
it. Vicky.
That's crazy,
Damn.
man.
Midland is a lot of oil, lots of fun.
It was
Oh.
a trip. It was
Okay.
a trip.
But Midland,
Odessa.
that's Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
We went to go DJ over there, and it was a trip.
What?
Yeah, it was a trip.
What made it a trip?
It just like, you ever seen Friday Night Lights?
Yes.
That's exactly what it looked
All
like.
this
Oh.
Texas
Oh, damn.
talk, it's getting me turned on.
Oh,
You like the
she
Texas
loves
people?
cowboys, right?
I love Texas.
So the
Texas
rodeo,
people dress
rodeo
well.
was in town.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
You loved all the.
I know. I have a sparkly like sequence hat. I was gonna bring it and like so hot whenever like we match cowboy hats.
Oh.
Cowboy thing.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah. Never heard of that.
Could be
good. Hey,
sexy,
that's
you know.
good.
You
That's a
might
good
want to
thing.
spice it up.
I've
So-
never worn a hat.
So I see you guys wear the same type of shirts.
We
That's-
We did not plan this.
Um,
I was just
No, I
didn't
took
have-
off my jacket and she's like,
No, that's okay. We
You're
love
like,
boobs.
I mean, Tommy likes it.
I mean, technically, your fans are gonna go crazy, right? You got to dress appropriately.
So are you a smoker? Do you smoke weed?
Do you smoke weed? Wait, hold
Cigarette.
on. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you do.
"Oh, I thought he was asking
She
me
was.
cigarettes."
So she thought. She said that she thought that Vegas was weed, meaning you could smoke it everywhere. So
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
like-
smoking it in the club and getting in trouble.
Oh, and I'm the
Oh my
I was
god,
like, no, you cannot do that.
that would be a big
You
no.
better
She's
off
like,
on
why
the
the fuck is everybody staring at me? Like, oh.
Almost. They're having lounges coming, right?
Yes, but there's no alcohol.
Well, there
at the
has to be
lounges.
tourists that just spark up.
I
just
thought it
not
was
knowing.
like legal everywhere.
On
like
the strip,
Vegas.
I
they
mean,
want
I
that.
do it sometimes. I do it, but definitely not when I'm working at the club.
Not in the club. Yeah, in the club.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, I was hitting his pin, my pin, ordering
If
classes.
I
all
was
night.
a guest, like if I go to other places that have after parties there with cannabis, then I'll do that. I can't
because you're
name-
like the
I can't
headliner, so you
name-
can do whatever you want.
I can't name the
kinda.
club, but yeah, I've sparked a few
That's different.
in Rhino.
I thought dabs
good.
pin were good.
Yeah,
That's what. That's
the
what I
pen
would think
thing was
too.
big for a
It's a
minute.
pen.
Yeah.
It's not real.
It's a
Like,
gray area.
Don't chance it.
yeah, they'll take it from you.
What are you doing, Tommy? Why'd you just
Just-
stand up? Sit back down.
Just no.
Stand back up.
Just let them do it. You don't gotta address them.
I'm just joking.
So what? I mean, are you looking forward to being out here in Vegas often? Do you
Well,
wanna
pretty
be in
much
the-
they-
like, what are your goals?
Yeah, like I talked to a lot of different people. They said like there's a convention. It's like con, like the construction convention.
What?
Oh, the concrete.
What?
Concrete.
Concrete convention? Those motherfuckers don't spend money.
And
Some of
then-
them might do, but yeah,
Those guys
there's-
are smart. Their jobs are too
I'll
hard.
tell you.
And
so
March
look,
Madness. They said.
So look,
yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm a veteran. It's stripper season is January to March. If you ain't dancing like that's the only time you need to be in the club. Mainly is January to March. All the conventions happen. First, it's AVN, CES,
Yeah.
Champs. There's all kinds of conventions that come, but yeah, that's the money. Like right now, it's very
Oh, yeah,
slow season.
March Madness.
March Madness is huge.
Yeah.
So summertime is good, but it's also not good because the pools are open. So that's more money that guys are spending at tables and stuff. So by the time they get to the strip club, they're strapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Got it. So what do you think about this weed cake here?
I want to hit it. I want to put it in my mouth. I've been licking all. I want to lick my tongue all over it. I'm like,
Alabama.
I told you.
Texas.
Texas.
What?
No, that
That's
was just
the
my
safe word.
my
I was like,
safe
I'm
word.
about to throw my shoe at
That's
you.
my
That's
my safe word. So he says that all the time.
As
Yeah.
like,
I didn't have one
and
before you
do
said
you
that.
have plans for AVN?
hanging out with you.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, that's
She wants to walk the carpet.
oh, the infamous AVN carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like a dream of yours?
No.
No. Okay.
Yes, it is.
No. I mean,
I'm like, is this a trick question?
Well,
Yeah, it's a dream to
no, I
walk
think
the
AVN. I'm
carpet
glad.
with
I'm
you.
glad to see that AVN has moved to Resort World. Hopefully, they breathe some life back into it. 'Cause
Yeah.
kinda
it's
like
gonna
slowly-
be crazy. AVN's about to be turned the fuck up.
Yeah, and our friend, I'll say it again. I said it last week. Our friend said the reason that AVN's moved from the Hard
Oh my
Rock
God.
over to there is because you can't do the AVNs at a place called Virgin. That was what somebody said to me. And that was pretty funny.
Wow.
But no, I think over at Resort World, I know everything. They doubled all the prices on these booths and everything, so I think they're gonna actually bring it, and hopefully, like I said, the Hard Rock I feel like was just kind of giving up on it towards the end, so it was kind of slipping a little bit. Look at she likes to try.
All right.
There you go, Nick.
Tylee, where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, what is a magician doing hanging out in your hallways? Like,
Oh, that's
We're
great.
gonna
You know
do
what?
content.
Yeah, hey,
We're
you know
gonna
what?
do some content.
I was
so
looking
we'll
at
find
that.
out.
Actually, I was like, I thought that was a tattoo, but then I remembered I
So
seen.
we'll
when are y'all eating the gingerbread? I mean,
As soon as True
smoking.
smokes.
as soon
I'm gonna,
as we
I'm gonna
get
smoke it. I
done.
think.
Okay, well, you can find me at Tylee, Texas, 10 letters, Tylee, Texas. Everything pretty much, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
OnlyFans,
Snapchat,
loyal
yeah,
fans.
all that. Just Google and you'll find me some way, somehow.
Feet finders.
Exactly.
And you, Domo?
You can find me Domo Monster 7 on IG, and my spicy page is Onyx Muse XO.
And you can find me at the Green Room Radio.
Albert Ramirez, DJ.
And happy birthday!
Hey, thank you.
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
Shu.
Now this has been a weird day, but now
He's
we're
finally
ready to party.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finally old enough to go to the Green Door, so I'm going for sure. All right, y'all. Peace out.
Bye.